CHI St. Alexius Health Dickinson presents Western Edge Living.
Western Edge Living.
Hello and welcome to Western Edge Living, presented by CHI St. Alexius Health in Dickinson. I'm Bill Polnick, and I'm grateful to be your host for what I think is another great episode. If your group or your organization would like to be on our show, please contact us. You can find Western Edge Living on Facebook as well as westernedgelivingtv.com. We always welcome interesting conversations with interesting people about interesting things here in beautiful western North Dakota. Along with your host, I am also the media director at the North Dakota Cowboy Hall of Fame in historic Medora. We have a lot of great activities and events throughout the year, including our golf scramble in the fall. We have a cowboy reunion scheduled, our East Greets West celebration in Fargo, our fall gather, NFR parties, and so much more. Follow the North Dakota Cowboy Hall of Fame on social media as well as northdakotacowboy.org. If you've ever traveled on Highway 85 north of Belfield, you've undoubtedly seen the landmark behind me. This is the Pioneer Cross near St. Demetrius Church. This iron cross replaced a wooden cedar cross which has been relocated to the church grounds. This cross was dedicated 50 years ago this summer on the 75th anniversary of the arrival of Ukrainians in North Dakota. There is currently a display on all of this now at Southwest Art Gallery and Science Center in Dickinson. And now in 2024, Ukrainians are still coming to our state. Assisting them to become acclimated to our community is Iulia Kravchuk, also from Ukraine. She's employed by the Dickinson Area Chamber of Commerce, and we'll get to know Iulia and find out more about the new arrival of Ukrainians in North Dakota on today's show. Plus, you'll get to know more about our presenting sponsor, CHI St. Alexius Health Dickinson, as well. There are many things that you could be doing right now. A lot of things could be occupying your time, but here you are, and we appreciate you making the decision to watch our program. Thank you. We'll be back in just a jiffy here on Western Edge Living, presented by CHI St. Alexius Health Dickinson.
Wise men say only fools rush in, but I can't help falling in love with you.
Medora Boot and Western Wear in the heart of historic Medora open 7 days a week, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Boot is their middle name, and they have over 1,500 pairs of boots in stock for all ages and sizes. They also have the all-new Higher Boot, with more expected to arrive this summer. Western clothes, belts, caps, hats, and more, including a great line of toys and Longhorn wall decor. Medora Boot and Western Wear for the cowboy and cowgirl in you.
Medora Boot and Western Wear.
At Pancheros, we put a lot of work into building every burrito to last for about 10 minutes. Pancheros, come build your better. At Pancheros, every tortilla starts as a small ball of dough. Then it's fresh pressed to perfection. That's just how we do it. Pancheros, come build your better.
And welcome back to Western Edge Living, presented by CHI St. Alexius Health Dickinson. We get the privilege now of visiting with a young man who grew up near the Pioneer Cross. You can almost see it from where he grew up. It's John Oderman. John, good to see you.
Good to see you, Bill.
Here's what I know. Okay, you are the Director of Mission for CHI St. Alexius Health. You are on city government or county government. You are also a football coach. You are a husband. You are a father. Your dad also has a schedule similar to yours. Your dad, let's see, he's the chairman of the board of directors for Southwest Water Authority.
Correct.
He's on the Billings County Historical Society. Your mother, she's also very busy. I know that she at one time was on she ran the Medora Convention and Visitors Bureau.
Yep.
Your sister, I serve on the board for Miss Rodeo, North Dakota with Jess. What have I left out?
Well, my twin brother Jacob is the District 39 the chair.
Okay.
He serves on a couple other boards. He's on the advisory board at the Extension Center here. We like to be involved and connected with our community and do what we can to make Western North Dakota better.
Is that something that you picked up from your parents?
I think it is. I think one of the things that you see growing up in a family that is as busy as mine was, is you see the value and the kind of the payback that you get. The more you give, the more you get back, and I think that was something that my parents did a great job of kind of setting forth as an example for us.
Yes, and how old are your kids?
So I've got a 7-year-old, a 5-year-old, and almost 2-year-old.
And your wife, what does she do?
She is the regional director for Badlands Human Service Center here in Dickinson.
Take me between the hours of 7 and 8 a.m. during the school year at the Oderman house.
It's busy. I'm usually up at about 5, having some coffee, reading the news and stuff like that. My son usually gets up about 5:30, 6 o'clock. We get to spend some time together, but then get him fed, dressed, and out the door. And Jess and I usually divide and conquer those duties of dropping off at daycare and school.
So having said all that, John, we don't take your time for granted. I mean, we are honored that you took time out of your busy schedule, out of your day today to visit with us. And today you're wearing the hat of Director of Mission at CHI St. Alexius Health. What are the steps that led you to that position?
So, had you told me that a job like this existed when I graduated from high school, I probably would have pursued it like full tilt out of high school, because it's a great job. I love my job. It's the best job I've ever had.
What is the Director of Mission?
So I mean, it's kind of hard to explain, but really, there's a lot of different hats that I wear. Oversee spiritual care. There's some just making sure that we, as an organization, are who we say we are. And so we have our mission statement, we have our core values, we have our vision, the way that we approach our patients, their families, and our employees. It's my job to make sure that we are who we say we are. And one of the things that I'm really passionate about, that I love to do, that I think really aligns with my other interests, is the community health needs assessment. And I think that's what we're going to be talking about.
Yes, that's what brought you here today. Is I think it's the latest post on CHI St. Alexius Health's Facebook page.
Yeah.
What is that? What is the health needs assessment?
So that was something that was instituted as a result of the Affordable Care Act, lovingly referred to as Obamacare.
Okay.
So that was something that was put into place. Every hospital and public health unit has to conduct a survey of their community. And so what this survey, and it's every 3 years, and so every 3 years we have to get together, put a survey together, and then put it out to the community to ask them, hey, where are the gaps in our community? What are the things that we need in our community? And where should we, as a healthcare provider, focus our energies for the next 3 years? And so we put this survey out. We get the results back. We collate the data. We look at it. We find what the significant health needs in our community are, and then we build an implementation plan from there. And as a result of these surveys, the last several cycles, I think this is our third or fourth that we've done. This will be the third that I've conducted myself. And yeah, so this would be the fourth, because I missed the first one that we did here in Dickinson. But this will be the third one we've conducted since I've been at the hospital. And we've done some really great things. We've been able to move the needle on a lot of things, because when you identify those needs, you're able to bring those stakeholders to the table that can make these things a reality. And one of the things that we've done here in the last couple of years is bring work groups together that are really focused in on addressing the needs that are identified in these surveys. And then we're just going to continue to do that going forward here.
So you said this is the third one that you've been involved with
this
personally?
is the third one I've been involved in, yeah.
Previously, what were some of the feedback that you got from the community?
Yeah, so needs that were identified on past surveys was domestic violence, behavioral health needs, substance abuse disorder, affordable housing, And affordable housing is one that we've really been kind of laser focused on for the last 3 or 4 years, and we've really been able to make some really good progress on that, working with the Southwest Homeless Coalition here in the Dickinson area, and working towards hopefully bringing online a homeless shelter here in Dickinson, because that's been a identified need for several years, just having that affordable housing element to Dickinson. But we also have people that need some additional case management and support, and that's something that can be provided at a shelter type space. But I think one of the big wins from past cycles was we've got the Heartview Foundation that's located in St. Joe's Plaza here. That was the result of probably 4 to 5 years of work with not just locally, but with the legislature to be able to secure some grant funds through the state of North Dakota. We have been just lucky as heck out here, Bill, to have former Senate Majority Leader Rich Wardner being in the Senate for as long as he was, and then now House Majority Leader LaFour being really impactful leaders in terms of getting some things across the finish line that otherwise in Bismarck wouldn't have been able to get completed. And so being able to lead those discussions as a hospital and serve as kind of the anchor institution along with Southwest District Health Unit to be able to kind of not necessarily conduct that work and do it from an organizational standpoint, but be that facilitator of the conversation. And that's what this community health needs assessment is all about, is facilitating those conversations as we identify those needs and then move forward on different projects.
It seems to me that mental health is a big issue in 2024, and CHI St. Alexius Health has focused on mental health issues with older people as well. Is that something that is the result of the survey?
Yeah, I mean, that's another huge, I think, victory. That one of the things that we identified this last cycle was behavioral health needs for the elderly population, and so we moved forward on working on some geriatric psych services, and we just here at the beginning of June brought online a partnership with Senior Life Solutions that is occupying some space in our clinic here in Dickinson, and it's just been a phenomenal impact. I think they had like 700 referrals in the first month, and so definitely a need, definitely a growing need. And I think as we have more and more of the baby boomer generation retire and go out of the workforce, you're going to have more of that need. And so identifying that before it becomes, before that tidal wave comes into to beach, make sure that we've got those services available, and we're doing what we can to fill that gap.
Okay, so I know that you can go to your Facebook page, CHI, St. Alexius Health Dickinson. I think there's a QR code there,
Yep.
or there's a link to where we can take this survey. I did not look at that survey yet, but is it a form that we fill out and a questionnaire kind of?
Yeah, so it's an online survey, and you can either scan the QR code, and I tell your friends, I mean, like, spread this out. We want to make sure that we have as many responses as we possibly can, because the broader the reach we have of the population that can take the survey, and it's not just Dickinson and Stark County. We want to get feedback from the 8-county area that we serve, and we have a large footprint. We're the regional hub here in Dickinson, and our hospital pulls from our catch radius on the hospital. It goes even into Montana and northern South Dakota, and so we want to make sure that everybody that receives care here in Dickinson is able to give us feedback on that. And so I really encourage people, go to our Facebook page, scan that QR code, follow the link. It'll take you about probably 5, 10, 15 minutes to complete the survey, depending on how fast you can click. And it's all there. They ask you to rate the need based on, like, it's on a 5-point scale. There's 5 different selections that you can make, and then they take and we partner with NDSU to kind of collate the data and collect it and get the results for us. Okay. And then they let us know, hey, these are the areas that are of significant need, and this is where you need to focus your energies for the next 3 years.
Are you under any type of time frame at all? When do you want to have this completed?
Yeah, so the survey will be open through the end of September. So
Okay.
Actually in the past, that's a little bit of a change. It's been 2 to 3 weeks in the past. Now it's going to be open for about almost two months, and so we really want to be able to drive those responses up. In the past, we've gotten about 250 to 300 responses. We'd like to, double, triple, quadruple that if possible. So I just really encourage everybody to take some time and take that survey.
As our time together comes to a close, I'm thinking that you're probably thinking about what's going to happen in the next hour, maybe pick up kids from school or run an errand for your wife or what have you, with all the many jobs that you have. Is there anything that you would like to share with our viewers today that perhaps a question I didn't ask?
No, Bill, I would just really encourage people, if there's something that you're interested in and something that you think that you can give back to your community, I would just really encourage people to do that. And that's one of the big things about the Community Health Needs Assessment is when you see a need in your community, probably the most impactful thing you can do is do what you can to try to address that need. Because the more needs that are addressed, the more that we can direct our attention elsewhere. And I just get really excited to be able to engage with you on things like this, because the more we can get the word out about how engagement in your community can be impactful for not just you, but your family, your friends, and the greater community, I think the better will be. So,
thank you, John.
Yeah,
Thanks
you,
for
Bill.
sharing your day with us.
Yeah,
We appreciate
absolutely.
that. All right. Find out more at CHI St. Alexius Health Dickinson on Facebook, or go to their website and fill out the survey by the end of September. We'll be back in just a moment here on Western Edge Living, presented by CHI St. Alexius Health Dickinson.
I had an episode with cancer. When I hit that 5-year mark, my doctor at Cancer Treatment Center of America outside of Chicago suggested to me that my provider in Dickinson at my hospital, do the tests that they would do at Zion. So within less than 2 days, I had both my tests taken and results, and I was able to stay in Dickinson and not have to travel all those miles. I just feel the fact that they work so closely together in making sure that those tests were taken and that my overall health was first and foremost in both those minds, whether it was at CTCA at Zion or my hospital right here. So I'm just so grateful for that.
Service Pro Express Lube, now open on East Villar Dickinson, gets your vehicle serviced quickly and you're back on the road in no time. No appointment required. You don't even get out of your vehicle. They utilize Service Pro oil, the only oil produced and refined in the U.S., and it meets or exceeds vehicle manufacturer requirements. Plus, they top off all fluids and perform multi-point inspections. It's part of what's offered at Service Pro Express Lube. Students looking for a part-time gig? Inquire at Service Pro Express Lube. Ask about the Scholarship Incentive Program. Service Pro Express Lube, East Villar Dickinson, next to Lucky's.
IT problems have you down and you need to get back up and running? Then call the IT techs at Consolidated. Here's what our customers are saying.
Josh called moments after I sent my ticket in and resolved the issue in about 30 seconds after logging onto my computer. Very friendly and professional. Thank you.
Eric responded to our request very quickly and resolved the issue for us right away.
Great service from Brandon as always.
Amazing and helpful as always.
Let us help you with your IT issues. Call Consolidated Business Solutions 483-4000 today.
Being affected with hearing loss is a common problem, but it made me feel detached from those around me, particularly loved ones. Finally, I made the decision to contact Alliance Center for Hearing in Bismarck. They understand hearing loss and are very thorough in testing, diagnosis, and recommending a solution. Contact Alliance Center for Hearing to begin your journey to better hearing. Alliance Center for Hearing gave me my hearing back, which brought me closer to those who matter most in my life.
And we're back on Western Edge Living, presented by CHI St. Alexius Health Dickinson. We started out the program at the Pioneer Cross in Fairfield, North Dakota, as we're celebrating 125 years since the first Ukrainians arrived in the state of North Dakota. And guess what? In 2024, they're still coming to this country, and we're going to tell you how that works. We have with us today from the Dickinson Area Chamber of Commerce the community connector, Iulia Kravchuk. Slava Isusa Christu. I think you're the first Ukrainian we've had on the program, so congratulations.
Thank you.
You
It's
grew
an
up
honor.
Yes, you grew up in Ukraine.
Yes.
Talk about life in Ukraine and the steps that led you to America.
Life in Ukraine, I always go back to my childhood.
always outside playing a lot of friends. Yeah, everyone so friendly. I love Ukraine, and it's always gonna be in my heart. Only sad that it's war there, and it just happened that I wouldn't say that my goal was go and live in United States. America wasn't my dream. It just happened that my husband came here, he found a good job, and we found out that only if we're gonna stay here, he's gonna work, he will be able to provide for our family. So yeah.
How long ago was it that you came here?
It was 2015.
2015. This was
Summer.
before the war started.
Oh yeah, long ago.
Yeah.
Well, it was east side of town already.
Okay. Now, hearing about the war and things, and I'm assuming you still have family in Ukraine, what kind of thoughts and feelings have you gone through since this all began?
You know, I was pregnant with my third child. I almost lost her, and I didn't eat. I was sad. I was crying a lot, and strange people and friends helped me a lot. I would go to coffee shop. I will find a lady who gonna give me a warm hug. I will go to see my doctor. He will more worry about my health and like the way how I feel. He will take time and talk to me longer than he has appointment for, you know what I mean? So I guess I found more friends and more support in the community. And also my friends who is American, I have one Russian friend, she were very supportive, and all my American friends. The worst part was when it's night in Ukraine. So I would always wake up in the morning and make sure my family woke up and everything is good, everyone is alive. And it would be always sad to know that another part of Ukraine were hit and people dying, and yeah.
Wow, I couldn't imagine. Couldn't imagine the stress and the anxiety that you must be still experiencing. I'm assuming you still have friends. Have you lost anybody close to you?
You know, my very good friend, when we grew up together, he got, like, they saying he lost, but we're assuming he's dead. But his family, he has a couple kids and wife and sister who is still they still not losing hope that one day they're gonna find him. It might never happen, like, but you know, you're saying that I'm sad, or I were sad, or my emotions, I'm more worried about, like, can you imagine how people there who lost family or who is under attacks every day, who were occupied or still occupied. I know a lady whose mom is occupied, or like full families, you know. So thinking about even like some of the families might never find, even like they might never find out where their child is. He dead or he's still alive, lost memory. It's very sad for me, of course, but I'm always thinking about people who is still there and what they going through.
The community connector at the Dickinson Area Chamber of Commerce. I've never heard of that title previously. And with that, you're also involved in the refugee resettlement program, of which Ukrainians have come to this country recently, and you've helped them become acclimated with the community. Talk about that, some of the Ukrainians that you've helped, and I'm sure that just gives you a warm feeling to have the facilities to do that.
Yeah, you know, our state is amazing, our community is amazing. We can always find so much support. And, you know, I learned all my, like, how life going in the United States, how to go to the doctor, everything what you can imagine is slightly different from Ukraine. So I had to learn it on my way, like on my own. So now I can share my experience with other people. So once my mom and my brother's family arrived, We didn't have this program yet. It was available in Bismarck. So I took them to Bismarck to a lady like me who helps them. So I learned from her how the process go. And then once this position opened here in Dickinson, I was happy because I would do it anyway. But now it's part of my job, you know, which is great.
Yes.
So I don't have frame like, oh, I will do this for you, I won't do this for you. So each family is different. Some people can handle some stuff on their own, some people need more help, and I wasn't happy.
Okay, wow. About how many Ukrainians have come to the Dickinson area that you've been assisting?
You know, it's a good question. In my client base, it's already around 40 people.
40?
But make it double. I would say it's 80.
No kidding.
Yeah.
In the Dickinson area?
In the Dickinson. Because some guys, they just work in, they don't really need any kind of, you know, sometimes they call me asking for something, but it's just not everyone on my client base. So I can count those, but I know that it's much more people.
Okay.
We have a company who has like 20 guys, another company again 20 guys, another 15, so yeah.
Okay. Is there a language barrier? I'm assuming there's a language barrier with some of them. Do you assist with that? Are there English learning classes and things?
Yes, I'm helping a lot as an interpreter for people. I did safety classes. I go to doctors. Sometimes people trust me more than interpreter on a line, on a Sanford or CHI. And if these people feel more comfortable, then I go with them to doctor appointments. But like dental, they don't have interpreter. So now, hopefully, since I'm a part of empowering women here in Dickinson, its organization, hopefully I'm going to be able to get certification law and health, so I will be able to help more our people.
You enjoy your job?
I love it.
Do you?
Yeah.
You've met some great people here?
Yes, I did.
And how many children do you have?
3.
3 children. And I don't know, I think there's been about 3 or 4 people. I think Carter was one, and several others have told me how much you enjoy going camping. So you you spend your summer weekends down by Lemon, South Dakota, or somewhere in the area, going camping and things. So you've fallen in love with the area.
We love it, and we're the people who trying to avoid screen time on our kids. So winter time we're going skiing.
Oh, good for you.
This year my 2-year-old gonna learn how to do it. My 5-year-old, 8-year-old better than me. Wow. So yeah, winter time it's skiing. We found very beautiful places here around and we love it. Summertime it's water sports and camping, so yeah.
Wow, good for you, good for you. And your husband is still working, is he still working for the farmer, or?
No, he moved from a farm to oil field. He's a truck driver and he worked for B&B.
Okay.
He's driving a truck.
Well, great. Well, thank you for taking time out of your day. We're going to continue this conversation very soon in one capacity or another. Meanwhile, is there anything else, any question that I haven't asked, or anything that you would like to share with our viewers today, Iulia?
You know, no, I guess.
I must tell you that my mother dedicated her life to preserving Ukrainian culture. She's been to Ukraine 4 times. She passed away about 4 years ago, and I see some similarities between my mother and I see her in your eyes, and I want to thank you so much for joining us. Thank you. Iulia Kravchuk with the Dickinson Area Chamber of Commerce. There is a display currently at Southwest Art Gallery and Science Center on the Pioneer Cross and the 125th anniversary of the Ukrainians' arrival in North Dakota. Please check it out. If you would like to be part of our program, we'd love to have you. Check us out at westernedgelivingtv.com and find our contact page and get a hold of us. We'd love to have you. Interesting conversations with interesting people about interesting things. That's Western Edge Living, presented by CHI, St. Alexius Health, Dickinson.
Thank you for watching Western Edge Living, presented by CHI, St. Alexius Health, Dickinson.
Western Edge Living.